Question for both of you guys. Just what stands out the most on day one of what's going to be a really long and strange camp?
I think just start by saying it's obviously a little bit of a different year. So I think just all the protocols and stuff we're adapting to COVID-wise is a little bit different.
How much does it help you in that regard to understand exactly what Andre's looking for, having, made his team and played so well for him in Ottawa?
Yeah, it's a great question. Obviously, it's an advantage for me. I've played under him for 2 years, maybe 3, and I know what he expects in practice, what he expects in games, all the little habits and details he teaches, and the systems as well. So I think I know things, but at the same time, I still have to show up and execute them. Since I've been with him for that long, he expects a lot out of me, and I think that's something as well that I need to step up and do them.
And as for you, Jack, how have you been able to keep yourself in shape and get the things done that you need to do without having games?
Yeah, I think just sticking to the off-season routine was obviously a long off-season, but just not getting complacent and staying the track with workouts and skates. Obviously, the skate out there today was probably the most intense skate I've done in a while, just because summer skill skates aren't the same, especially with 10-person max rules in Ottawa and stuff like that. But I think fitness-wise, I'm ready, and it was a good skate today to get my legs back under me.
And Jack, for you, you made such huge strides over the last off season. What were you paying attention to most going into the pandemic? And you talked about being strict to your regiments, but was there some areas that you focused on that you felt you needed to improve at?
Yeah, I think I improved my skating a lot this summer. With that long of an off season, I was able to kind of develop my legs a little more and add some explosiveness, and with that also be a little more stable on my feet. Fight guys off in battles and that kind of thing, and also continue to work on my strengths like my shot and my stick handling as well.
Who was your skating coach, or did you have a particular skating coach?
Yeah, I skated a lot with Pat Malloy in Ottawa. I guess he helped me a bit. But for skating wise, I think a lot of credit would be to my trainer, Tony Greco, and I think the workouts we do there help my skating a lot.
You kind of touched on the delay in terms of getting back on the ice. So is there a bit of a relief that this camp is a month long instead of a week or 2 weeks long? And what role will that extra time play in sort of you getting caught up?
Yeah, I think it's better for everyone that the camp's longer instead of shorter, just because of the weird off season. It gives everyone a chance to get their legs under them and show their game over a course of time. And I think everyone's excited to be here and have competitive skates and battle against each other for that length of time.
This is for Jack as well. A lot of hockey players want to score goals. You score lots of goals. Why? What have you done in the last year to get into that position where you get the puck in an open space and you score so many goals?
A few things, I think. I worked last summer with a shooting coach. His name was Josh Roble, and kind of worked on my shot a lot and changed some things. And also, Andre helped me a lot in Ottawa. He challenged me to get inside to the middle of the ice and score goals from in there and around the net and be better around the net. And I think that kind of mindset changed my game a lot and gave me a lot more opportunities.
Hi guys. Obviously, the Canadians are in a bit of a unique situation with the extended camp and almost 7 weeks from the start of camp to the end of the tournament. I'm wondering if that puts you guys at an advantage because you're together and getting closer for that whole time, or a bit of a disadvantage because some of the other countries are already playing.
I think you could look at it in a lot of different ways, but the way I think we're looking at it is that it's an advantage. A lot of us don't know each other, especially me. This is my first Hockey Canada event, and this long with all the guys is awesome to get to know them and get to know the systems we're playing and gel as a team. So I think it's a big advantage.
And just a quick follow: Shane Wright is the youngest player at this camp. What are your thoughts of him as a player, and what would be your advice to him?
Yeah, he's my roommate, so I've got to know him a bit already throughout the first day we've been here. He's an exceptional player. I mean, I think the first thing I noticed was just how mature he is. I mean, how strong he is. He doesn't stand out at all, or in a negative way, doesn't stand out on the ice. I mean, he's definitely an unbelievable player, and I think a lot of people have realized that with the numbers he put up in where he was playing last year as an underage guy. And obviously, you have to be a really good player to get invited to the World Junior Tournament as an underage guy. So probably the biggest thing that I've told him so far is just to enjoy himself and not to put too much pressure on himself. I mean, he's here for a good time. So I'm sure if he works his hardest and he's confident on the ice, he'll put himself in a good position.
Just wondering, as you get into camp here, obviously you're headed for a unique setting and you have so much time with this group. What are the positives of having that much time? And then as a coach that probably wants to get to his numbers, what are some of the things you're thinking on the other side of that as you lead into the bubble?
Thanks, John. A lot of things. First of all, we're so excited to have a chance to get together and to start working together. But more specific, having time like that, we're confident we can get the rust off, get the guys some rhythm before December, and as well working on our structure. We all know those guys, most of them, they didn't have a chance to have a season, they didn't have a chance to get going, get the rhythm. So we will have a chance to work with them and play so many games and having so many practice, so they will be able to get that momentum. So for us, it will be a mix of getting those guys in game shape, taking the rust off, and as well building a system and a structure, a chemistry to play all in the same way.
Hi, Andre. I know some of these guys have been on the ice, some haven't. How did you see the group go the 2 sessions, say, first day on the ice?
Like what I saw, to be honest, at first you could see they were nervous. The guys were nervous, anxious. They were eager to be on the ice, so we could feel the emotion. But it went well. I really liked their focus. They really want to pay attention to what we were asking. Obviously, we didn't have full roster for both groups, so we went with a lot of teaching, a lot of we slowed down the pace a little bit. So, but I think we speed up the process by teaching a few things, working on how we want to play in some structure. But we gave them a good pace as well for the first practice, I will say probably for the first half of the practice, and then we went with a lot of teaching. So I could feel maybe the stress or the nerve of the boys at the start, but I thought went well.
You've got a couple of guys that went through this process with you last year, guys like Cousins and Byram and Byfield. Are you going to really lean on those guys to be leaders, especially early in camp when you're trying to install the game plan and maybe they have a little bit of an idea of what you want from last year?
Absolutely. We that was one of our big messages today. We talked to those guys as well. You want, first of all the players are here are star player. They all star player in their team. We have a lot of guys who've been drafting the NHL who wants to be an NHL player for a long, long time. So they all star player. So we expect from all of them to set the bar, set the expectation for our team. So the way those guys practice today, the way Docker, Kazi, Mike's, Bo, and all those guys, they were on the ice, their attitude there, you could see in their eyes, they were paying attention, they were focused, they were working hard. First of all, they were happy to be here. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing, that the effort they put in it, that was great.
Hi, Andre. Obviously, you know Jack Quinn quite well, but it's been a while since he played. What are you hoping to see from him in camp?
Well, I hope to see what I see every day with the 67. So I hope to see a super hard-working guy, a guy with a lot of hockey sense, a guy who competes and get inside at the ice. He goes where it pays, and he's really good defensively. So Jack's a hell of a player. I know him really well, and I know what he can do. I could feel the nerve for him today. He was nervous. First time with Team Canada, I could really feel his emotion, but he will settle down and he will get more comfy day in, day out. He's a super smart kid, so I'm not worried for him.
Have you had much of a chance to chat with him since entering the bubble?
No, not really. I'm a guy who likes to go around the room and chat with the boys and chirp a little bit. I talked to him a little bit before the practice, but like I said, I could feel that was not the Quinner of normally. You could see he was putting a lot of pressure on him. So I just told him to relax and just be himself. He doesn't have to be that stressed, but at the same time, I like to see that. That means he cares. That means he really wants to perform. He put a lot of pressure on himself. I like to see that. Just want to make sure he's in a good mood to perform, but I'm not worried for him one bit.
And your thoughts on Shane?
He's a really good player. Obviously, he's playing in Kingston, and saw him a ton play in the minor midget, and I saw him probably – no, I won't say too much, but a lot again with Kingston in the couple years, the years ahead of us. I guess I will see him too much because he's in our division and he's a really good player. What I'm impressed the most about Shane is we played him in the training camp last year. After the game, I said, you know what, this guy will be really good. And then we played him early in the season. I say he's even better than I thought. And then we played him at Christmas. I say, gosh, he's so good. And we played him after Christmas. He was the best player on the ice. So every time I saw Shane Wright play, every game, he got better. So I'm looking forward to see him moving forward in that camp and see his progression and see what he can do against all those guys.